Hello everyone and welcome back to the Velocity channel, where this is your bridge to financial freedom. We have a multi-bagger. We're going to be getting rid of multiple loans here. We want to make sure that your cash flow is flowing and flowing efficiently. But before we get into that, I want you to like, share, and subscribe so that everyone around the world knows the power of Velocity banking. Are you ready? Well, so am I. Listen. We are going to be using our credit cards, all right? We are going to be using our lines of credit. If you are afraid of credit cards, if you're afraid of using line of credits, just know that I do these videos just for you. Because I can't have you always being afraid of what you should be full of, okay? Listen, you should be full of leverage. That's why I do them. That's why I use the lines of credit to pay off our loans. Because we've been fed, haven't we, on a continual basis. You're supposed to cut up your credit cards, cut up your credit cards, cut up your credit cards. But why should I cut up my leverage? When we have an understanding that instead of cutting up our credit cards, instead of cutting up our lines of credit, if we can use them to actually get us out of debt faster, I believe that that is the way to go. And to be honest, is that the way to go about life in general? To continue to just ward off what you're afraid of? Or should you just learn more about it, especially when it comes to your finances? So look, we got the loans, and as is our custom, we're going to go over every single one of them, all right? Loan 2. And the reason why I said loan 2 is we're going to put these in groups. So this is one group, and this is another group. And we have the loans, $33,571 at the 23%. For $150 a month. We have $1,394 at 27% at $43 a month. And here, if we go over to group 1, $34,000, right? $34,107 at 22%. That's $966 each and every month just flowing to the bank. Okay, $14,972 at 25%. And the monthly payment on that is $469. We are going to be working with a $15,000 line of credit. It's going to be at 28%. Now, we have a zero balance, folks. This is an unsecured line of credit. We've been given that money, all right, because of the credit score, right? And why it jumped up to 28%, I don't know, but that's none of my business. All I want you to do is you to make sure that all of this goes away very quickly. Now, before we hop into these loans, okay, and it doesn't matter what they are, personal loans, auto loans, student loans, okay, whatever they are, these are real percentage rates and real minimum monthly payments. We want to figure out which loan to take out first. We're going to continue to pay those amortization payments, those regular payments of whatever they are, each and every month. But we want to do something different. And we're going to get rid of at least one of these loans very quickly. See, we're getting rid of them. We're eliminating them in order. But how do we do that? We come across the cash flow index. That's how we're going to be getting rid of them very quickly. So if you look and calculate the cash flow index, which is the loan balance divided by the minimum monthly payment, you're going to find out that this one has a cash flow index number of 23. So we're going to go ahead and designate that with a circle. And you'll find out that this loan actually has a cash flow indicator number of 32, right? We're going to go ahead and circle that one as well. Now, if we hop on over here, we'll see that this cash flow sucking loan has an indicator of 35. Okay, we're going to circle that. And then, of course, last but not least, this one has an indicator of 31. So what does that mean? Well, the lowest number, right, which means the most cash flow sucking loan, the most inefficient or least efficient loan has to go first. That way you can capture that cash flow to pay off the other loans. So this one has got to go. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take a portion of our $15,000 and we're going to get rid of this loan. Now, you're only taking a portion of it. And remember, $5,000, right, is bringing in, and then $3,000 is exiting. So if you have a cash flow of $2,000, how long is it going to take you to pay off $3,571? Let's go ahead. What is that? Month and a half? Let's just say it takes you 2 months to pay that off. And remember, you're not writing a check per se for the minimum monthly payment to your line of credit when you are paying your loans like this. No. You're simply making sure that you do a balance transfer, right? And now you have a balance. This is the same balance now. Now you have a balance just on your line of credit, but you've gotten rid of this loan. Now, that $150 that was going to the bank is now going to you, all right? And then we do the same thing, right? Let's go ahead and do the same thing with this one, all right? Or we can go over here and do a $15,000, right? After we're done paying that off in about a month or two, we can say, you know what? I want to take $14,972 from my line of credit and I want to do another transfer, right, of balance. So now I want this $469. That's what's happening. You see, when you do the transfer like that, all you're doing is now you're in control of this cash flow. You have control of it. It belongs to you now instead of to the bank. So now you have a balance of $14,972. And we're going to have that cash flow work for us finally, right? We're going to make sure that we're using our line of credit as our new checking account. Yes, this is gone. So let's replace it with the $14,972. When are you going to get out of that? Maybe 7, 8, 9 months. All right, that's good, right? Listen, you didn't have trouble paying all this before. You just want to get out of it way sooner, and you're getting out of it, all right? So now that we're done with paying all this off, now what do? Well, let's continue, shall we? Let's go ahead and take $1,394. Let's capture this little old $43 each and every month, okay? And you're going to do the same thing. So now that when you've replenished that lickety-split, maybe in a month, now what are you going to do? Now you got the big kahuna. That's the last one. You got the $34,107 at the 22%. Now you're going to be able to really hammer that loan off. They want you in this for years, okay? But I'm going to show you how to take less than what they want you to be on. Watch this. It's simply time to make sure that we're using our lines of credit to the best of our ability. And this is what we need to remember when we're paying our loans, that it's always getting divided up. $629 on the first month goes to the bank. That's in interest. And only $337 is going towards the principal. Do you see why it's so important that we ensure that we pay this principal down in a fashion that helps us instead of hurts us? All right? So we're going to use the line of credit, as we've shown, to put a dent in this principal. So we're going to go ahead and deploy the whole $15,000. If you feel uncomfortable with deploying the $15,000, you can go ahead and do less. $12,000, $10,000, it doesn't matter. As long as you are eating this principal. Because as you eat the principal, you're canceling out that interest. You'll cancel the principal, you'll cancel the interest, all right? So if we do that, we do need to let you know that you're going to be in the line of credit. You're going to owe them. However, right, you're paying it with your cash flow, and you're going to be out in approximately 8 months, right? That's the approximate symbol right here. In approximately 8 months, you'll be out of that $15,000. And what can you do as you're continuing to pay that $966 each month is you've replenished it, and now you're going to be able to deploy it. So now you'll be at like $4,107, right? So you've paid them all off, and you do the calculation. Did it take you 5 years to pay off all of those loans? Those cash flow sucking loans. Did it take you 10 years, 20 years, like they wanted you? Or did it take you in a matter of months, right? I know this one was, about 16 months, right? Folks, I want you to get in contact with our team because they're going to show you how you don't have to live according to the bank's plan. Because if you live according to the bank's plan, you're going to die according to the bank's plan. As a matter of fact, for those of you who own houses, right, mortgages, after you pay your mortgage, did you know that you still have property tax? So it's not really yours. If you don't pay your taxes on that, guess what's going to happen? They're going to drop you like a hot pocket, all right? You're going to be out of a house. And so just want to let you know, mortgage, it stands for death pledge. But you don't have to have just a mortgage. You can turn that mortgage, and yes, this is good news. You can turn that mortgage into a line of credit. You sure can. If you have any questions on that, just let me know. I can show you how to turn that mortgage and replace it with a line of credit so that your whole house actually becomes a bank, all right? And that you can bank on. Folks, I just want you to know that strategies like these, they're absolutely everywhere. We can help you out with that. Go ahead and click on the description below if you need help. And remember what I say. Let not the odds that are against you convince you that the odds are against you. God bless and have a good night.